Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In today's video, to get ready with me, I update on some shadows and shows, and I used one of my favorite palettes, one of my favorite brands. I used the Sigma Cor De Rosa Collection. So, if you want to see how I achieved this look, then keep on watching. Right, so I have already mixed up a little foundation concoction, and I used the It Cosmetics in the shade Fair, which is just a little bit too light, but I added in some of this MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body, and this is in N5, which is way too dark for me. I put a little bit of the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Drops. I also used this Revlon, the Prime and Plus. So let's slap some foundation on our face. I'm going in with a sponge. This is one of my favorite sponges. And this is actually still a little bit too light. Now for concealer, I'm going in with Born This Way. I have been loving the One Size powder from Patrick Star. I really have. It is very finely milled, and I really feel like it blurs my skin. And this did come in a subscription box. I do not have any cream products to use today, so I am going to powder, very lightly powder the rest of my face. And I'm just going to put that on big old fluffy brush. This happens to be a Real Techniques that's the powder, the One Size. For eye primer, I'm going to go in with, this was not intended to be a Sigma heavy video. However, I wanted to use the Cor De Rosa palette, and I used this in a video, so it was already on my desk, the Cor De Rosa blush palette. And then I had a Cor De Rosa liquid lip that I hadn't used. And so we'll go in with, while we're doing all of this, I'm going to go in with the Sigma eye primer. So we're just going to make it all count, aren't we? With Sigma. I do enjoy these eye primers. I have another one in a darker shade. These were on clearance, and I'd really heard a lot of great things about them. With reason, because they are good. I'm just taking a brush and kind of blending that in a little bit, diffusing that edge up there. So the Cor De Rosa palette. And if you are not familiar with Sigma, what are you waiting for? They are one of my top 10 brands. They rank very high. This is the Cor De Rosa palette. Very, very beautiful palette. It has a range. You could go peachy, pinky, neutral. I love this palette. Love it. I'm going to start out with the shade Verbanda, which is this light shade right here, just to put all over my eye. That brush didn't have anything on it, and I really just used that brush, big old brush to blend this primer. So I want to lay a shadow down to make things easier to blend. My eyes are very crepey, so they don't blend very well. They don't do a lot very well. They don't even see very well lately. Now I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to do some, I think I'm going to go more brown today. Normally I would go for this, that, but I'm going to go in with this one first, which is in the shade Summer Song. So I'm just going to use that same brush and tap over what I did. Not doing anything extravagant. I hope you guys can't hear that wind. It is windy today. Very windy here. And just damp and dreary. I love these. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is it Bare Root or Barefoot? Bare Root, I guess. Yeah, Bare Root. I had to look on the back to see if it was, if I could see it clear. And I'm putting this on this brush right here, which is kind of made like that. So it's almost flat. And I'm just going to lightly tap to see. There we go. I'm going to go back into that Summer Song, the very first crease or the second crease shade, and I'm going to mix it with Apricot right up here and do a little bit better crease blend of that cooler tone on the right here, the Bare Root. Sigma shadows, they blend like a dream. I mean, I know when I use these palettes, I don't have to do a lot of work. All right. For a shimmer. There's so many pretty shimmers in this palette. But I think for today, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with this High Society shade right here. And I may put a little bit of Campfire, which are right there. And I'm going to pop that on with this Wet n Wild brush. This is really such a good brush, and it was $1. It was $1 at the Dollar Tree. I think it's $1 everywhere, honestly. Now, for the front part, I'm going in with a sponge tip to get this part of my eye. And I'm going in with that shade Campfire. And yes, I do wet my sponge tips. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't have to. It just gets in that perfect corner. Typically, I'd be using glitter glue, but I cannot find it anywhere. So I'll take that shade and bring it up over my crease a little bit into the hood. Not bad, not bad. I think I'm going to take this shade and line the outside a little bit. I'm going to use this shade, which is more of a topper. So that's it for the eye look. Now let's put on some more. I am going to put on, I'm going to use my Almar Cosmetics for bronzer. So And I'm going in with that shade right there. Actually, I'm going to mix these two. So, I did my, I did a shadow and shows on the show, The White Lotus on Netflix. And I don't regret the video, but I regret filming it when I did, because I hadn't finished the series when I did, I don't think. Season 1 was, now looking back, I was kind of like, yeah, now that I'm finished, season 1, awesome. Compared, I was only able to get through half of the first of the first episode of season 2. Yeah, I'm not a fan. And I love Jennifer Coolidge, but I'm not a fan of season 2. Maybe I need to give it another chance, but for now, it's kind of not on my recommended list for you guys. Maybe season 1. And it is one of those almost anthology shows where Jennifer Coolidge returns to this season. I mean, that's not giving a spoiler away. And, it's kind of how I talk about in a lot of the reviews when I do for movies or whatever. It's almost the character is the TV show. I mean, the character is the hotel, the White Lotus. Apparently, it's a chain of resorts. I'm going in with Revlon, and I think this one's Daybreak Glimmer 201. It looks like that. It is the well talked about dupe for the Amrezy and ABH collab. That is highlighter that's no longer available. And first time I tried this palette, I really liked it. Now I'm going to go into my Cor De Rosa blush palette that looks like that. And I'm going to go in the shade, actually, Cor De Rosa. Such a beautiful palette. Gosh, it is. And I'm just going to kind of go almost over the bronzer. Well, actually, yes, over the bronzer. I love blush. It's blush. Whoops. I gotta fix that. Blush is one of my favorite makeup products. Yes, I have way too many, but I'm also a collector. I feel like I need to say that. I'm very vulnerable when I'm showing the Shop My Stashes, to the point that I actually filmed an entire video on addressing some of those things, but I ultimately decided, with the help of a friend, no, I don't owe anyone anything, any explanations, any reasons, but I will say this. A lot of what you see in that or what you saw in that video is are collectibles, things no longer available, and things that I just have not moved out. So, I'll leave it at that. All right, now I'm going to take this puff right here, and I'm going to go back into this palette. I love this palette from Alamar. I mean, you get the variety of bronzer shades, but you also get this shade right here, which is it's called Rise and Grind. It's to me, it's a brightener, but I can also take and use it and kind of clean up my lines here. So let's hope I can get them even, because I never can. And you can use any tool. I just happen to use this puff. There we go. And yeah, same thing. I can brighten the under eyes with it, which I think I'm just going to kind of brighten down versus this way. Alrighty. Let's see. Lips. For mascara, I'm going in with my Physicians Formula Detention. I have been loving this mascara. It is not waterproof, but it comes off so easily and is just so weightless feeling. It doesn't flake. Fun fact, waterproof mascaras are easier to come off for me than regular, with the exception of this and the Thrive Cosmetics. Now, for lips, I'm going in with this lip pencil, Sweet Tea, because it just happens to be here. The Cor De Rosa liquid lipstick. There's a nice doe foot on it. This is definitely not a color I would typically wear. However, why not have this monochromatic look? My lips are very chapped, and this really brings that out. I am not a fan of this color, but I can make it work. I can make it work with something. I will take this Nabla Shine Theory lip gloss, and I'm going to put it over top. That's what that looks like. It's got some sparkle in it. The shade is Renaissance. Wow, this is thick. A thick gloss. Yeah, no. See how it... Dang on it. Of course, you know, my lips are dry, and this is a very... It's a dry formula to me. But, as with anything, we can make it work. So, this is my completed look. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you consider subscribing. Give this video a like. Share it. Leave me a dislike. Give me some constructive criticism. I'm open for that. Constructive criticism. And what else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. Be beautiful and be kind. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.